Hello and welcome. You may have just caught me checking my teeth for lipstick. Oh well. This is Daphne V. Smith and welcome to Well Done Life. As I mentioned last week, this is a new day and new time for me. So I'm still playing around a little bit with the room situation. What I really mean is, where in the room do I situate myself so that I'm not squinting as I'm recording, so that I'm not recording from the dark shadows, but I'll figure it out. Please be patient with me. Again, thank you for joining me today and welcome to Well Done Life with Daphne V. Smith. I'm really excited to be with you today. And as always, I am starting with a shout out with some gratitude. And today's just a little different because it's a very multi-layered gratitude. When I originally thought about where, how, or to whom I wanted to express some gratitude, I very first honestly thought about who I believe the creator, the source of all imagination and provision and healing and protection, the source of that, the person I believe who the source of that is, and that's who I want to extend gratitude to. So I wanted to extend gratitude to the creator. And in doing so, I'm looking at my phone because I want to share a quote with you. Earlier this morning on Instagram, a friend of mine posted this quote, and it's by Maya Angelou. Oh, shoot, it just went away. Hold on. Here we go. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. It's by Maya Angelou. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. And I think maybe when I read that, like early 30 this morning, that's when the inspiration for today's gratitude was planted, when the seeds for that were planted, and that's the source of my gratitude today. And because I didn't stumble upon that on my own, Maya Angelou, or Angelou, is the one who coined that phrase. I actually found it, as I mentioned, on Instagram from a friend of mine. And this friend actually lives in the UK. And her name is Bami. And Bami is an author. And her book is available on Amazon. And this is a link to her book. I'm going to give her a big shout out. She is actually probably getting ready to end her day right now because of the time difference. And she has a company called Inspired to Soar. And I'm going to provide the link for her website right here for you. I really encourage you to visit her. Check her out. She is a woman of courage. She is a true inspiration to me. And I know she's had to get creative over the years. So everything really does kind of tie together today, from to whom I want to give a shout out or offer gratitude to, from the source of that gratitude, and to our topic for today. And just to give you a little tease, to hang on to the very end, to something I'm going to announce right before I sign off. So today's topic is, what if? And maybe as a child, you played this imagination game and you imagined, what if, and really you could fill in the blank. It depends upon maybe what times you grew up in, if you're male or if you're female. But I can remember reading, and I would imagine, what if I were Laura Ingalls Wilder? And then as I got older, what if I were Nancy Drew? And what if I had perfect attendance, which for me growing up, that was like a huge thing. One of my closest friends, Laura, always got it every year, and I always got sick. And so for me, that was part of my imagination, my hoping, my what if I got perfect attendance this year? And that would encourage me to go to school even when I didn't feel like it. But even as adults, we play what if. And the challenge is, this is a double-edged question. It can really go one of two ways. It can go very positive, or it can go very negative very quickly. And so what I want to do today, I want to encourage you today to focus on positive possibility and ask yourself some questions about what if. I often say use your power for good. So let's focus on the possibility and the power of the question, what if? I'm going to give you some examples, and I would love for you to type in the comments something that you could fill in the blank. So here's a conversation starter, or a thought prompt, if you will. What if I can pay off all my credit cards this year? That'd be cool, especially if you've got a lot of them. Even if you just have one of them, if you paid off your credit cards this year and you were able to use that money for something else. What if I am able to finally release the weight? That yo-yo diet thing is going to become a thing of the past, and I'm really able to release it and keep it off for good. How about, what if I were to turn off the TV at 9 o'clock every night and go to bed on time? What if I chose to think positive instead of negative? What if I start parking a little farther out and walking more? What if I stop filling up my wine glass as much and just do it a little bit less? I mean, I'm just being real here, y'all. Okay. What if I do actually fold the laundry as soon as it comes out of the dryer? So these are all questions that I hope encourage some positive possibility. You know, here's where we are today. And I know some of you are going to be watching this as a recording, so you'll have to do the math. But today is January 24th. And the great news is we still have 341 days left in this year. Sadly, there are some people who've already thrown in the towel. Sadly, some people never even chose to get in the game. However, those of you who are watching with me live, which, hi, by the way, great to have you with me, or those who are watching this recording, you're different. You have hope. You're seeking encouragement. You believe in possibility. And so as I pose the question to you, what if? I want you to let your imagination go wild. Remember back in the days when we were kids and really we thought anything was possible? Well, I read a book on a regular basis that tells me anything is possible. So here are those prompts again so that you can write them down. And I really encourage you to spend some time letting that imagination just open up and see where it takes you. What if I can fill in the blank? What if I am fill in the blank? What if I were fill in the blank? What if I do fill in the blank? What if I start fill in the blank? What if I stop fill in the blank? I hope that this question, this really big what if question, inspires you to refocus or to press on, whichever the case may be, so that 2018 truly can be your best year yet. Again, we have 341 days of possibility. What if? It's really up to you. The most important next step is the next step, and that is to take action. Yes, we need to dive into our imaginations and then allow ourselves to consider positive possibility. Then we need to take action. Because without action, what's really the point? How will things really change? So taking the step of imagination and positive possibility is crucial. The very next step is taking action. So that's my encouragement to you and for you today. Consider what if and all of the positive possibilities that go with it. Before I go, I promised you if you stayed on with me until the end, I had a big announcement. I think it's a big announcement. I hope you think it's a big announcement as well. Next week, on January 31st, I will be introducing a new concept to Well Done Life, to my weekly videos. Actually, I guess it would really be just once a month. So they are my weekly videos, but this is just going to happen one time a month. Okay? The very last Wednesday of the month, I am going to have a featured female. And this woman is going to be someone who has reinvented herself. She may be somebody who's an overcomer, and because of a trial or a tribulation or a trauma, she had to overcome that, and in doing so, reinvented herself. Maybe this is someone who reinvented herself after a relationship or a job or a major lifestyle change. The possibilities are endless. So I want to invite you today to join me next Wednesday on the 31st as I introduce you to a woman who has not only reinvented herself, but has encouraged men and women, young and old, to reinvent themselves, to consider their positive possibilities. I hope you're able to join us at 2:45 Central Time next Wednesday, January 31st, as I introduce this very exciting, impressive woman, in my opinion, and I think you'll agree with me as well. So thank you again for joining me today. Imagine what if. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. So tell me, what if? What is your what if? Your positive possibility. I have a regular follower, and her what if might be, what if I got to go to Disney once a month, every month? That would be huge. She'd love it. What is your what if? It can be as big or as small or as silly or as serious as you choose. It's surely up to you. Just like choosing to live every day as a well-done life is as well. Thank you for joining me today.